Welcome back to NBA 2K22. Today we're going to start a kind of a classic expansion league here. I'm bringing back two historic classic teams. One that most people probably know, which is the Seattle Supersonics. Love that team. Obviously, they left and went to OKC. Hopefully, one day they head back to Seattle. So many iconic moments, and we are not going to be that team. That team's going to be in the West. My hometown, pretty much Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Royals. That's who we're going to take today. We're going to do a draft, and I wanted to do everything organically. I want you to see the draft. I want you to see everything, all the moves. I'm going to go for young guys. I know I may miss out on some, stars or stuff like that, but I don't want this to be a super team right off the bat. I want to get some young guys and move along. I haven't even looked at the protected players yet to see who's available. But like I said, we're going to do the Cincinnati Royals. They are now the Sacramento Kings. So obviously these two teams probably wouldn't be a thing again if they did bring these teams back due to those teams owning the naming rights and things like that. But let's just jump straight into the draft and let's wing this thing. Let's just look for guys we want and young guys, potential all-stars down the road kind of thing. And if there's a couple older guys, that can help us get off the ground and mentor these young guys through the season, and let's do it. So let's just jump right into it. And let's see what's going to happen. All right. Oh, there's no shot. All right. So like I said, there may be a couple older guys that are here that we might want to take a look at. John Wall will be hard to pass up for me. I know he'll be a one-year guy, but I'm thinking maybe. He's got a player option, $47 million. Don't want Russell. Draymond would be cool, but let's take a peek, see if we can get younger down here. PJ Washington, Buddy Hield. This is going to be very tough. This dude's been going off this year. Oh, man. All right. I think right out the gate, since I'm not seeing too many great young guys, I'm going to try to come back and get him. I'm not seeing a lot of great young guys here. I mean, there's great young guys here, but not number one pick worthy kind of things. So I think we are going to just jump and we're going to pull the trigger on a guy who can run the point, move the ball, and I know he's older and I know he's going to make a lot of money if he picks this option up, but I think we go with John Wall. I think he's still got some valuable years in him, if he stays healthy. Unfortunately, he's a rocket right now. So let's pick him up. I think the money will be fine because, like I said, I'm going to try to go after some younger guys, some cheaper guys. And then when we hit free agency, we'll look to spend some more money. So let's take John Wall to lead this team. Take John Wall. Supersonics get back-to-back here. They take Draymond. And I guess we'll be surprised by the next one. Once again, it's going to be hard not to pull the trigger on Carmelo due to him already making a mill. Let's go to some potential here. I don't really want to touch Westbrook, Lance Stevens. I think we're going to go Buddy Hield here. He's going to have 3 years left on his deal. I think it goes down every year. It does. He could shoot the lights out. Duncan Robinson would be a good one. So let's go ahead. Let's pull the trigger on Buddy Hield. Let's take a shot on Buddy. His 3-year contract, even if we do keep him all 3 years, he'll still be early 30s. And pair him up. He can play the 2, the 3, shoot the lights out. Let's go, Buddy. We get back-to-back picks here. Westbrook. Do we take Carmelo because he's on such a cheap deal? Oh, man. let's go. We already got a guard. Let's go look at some big guys to see if we're missing anybody. I don't want to miss out on somebody who's young and talented. Derek Jones, no thanks. See, most of these guys are really young. You know, I love Robert Covington, but not right now. I love Okiki. I'll try to come back and get him later. His defense is amazing. I think we try to come back and grab him. But let's look at centers real quick, see if we can find a young guy who can board. There's no young guys at the top here, so we should be okay for a little bit. Man, it's going to be tough getting a big guy. We might have to go for one of those older guys there. Okay, so for now, oh, Luka Garza. Love that guy. All right, so for now, I think we are probably going to pull the trigger on Melo. Then we'll try to come back through, grab Okiki, get us a young guy who can play the 3 or the 4, help us out. I know this is kind of going against our young guy thing, but I think if we get a guy like Carmelo and then get a guy like Okiki, when we do the mentoring, he's got all these badges. He's a 1-year guy. He's not. If I do bring him off the bench, he's going to help a ton. Plus, I love Melo. Be fun to use him. So let's go ahead and take him. They did end up taking PJ. They took Tyus. All right. We got to get. I think we go and try to grab Okiki. It's hard to pass on him. I'll just be honest, I'm terrible with him. Every time I ever use him, I just struggle. Drew Eubanks might be a good one to pull the trigger on. Oh, there's Thibault still there. Man, his defense is amazing. Probably grab him. He's 24 years old. He's got a few years left on his deal, right? 2 years. Cheap, too. Let's grab Thibault here. We get back-to-back picks. So let's keep moving down. It's a young guy at center. Beasley's still there. Drew Eubanks is still there. I did want to go. Ooh, tough. Tony Bradley, young guy. Duncan Robinson shoots the lights. That's hard not to take Duncan there. Wagner at center would be good. He can shoot a little bit. Dennis Smith. Man, I don't know. It's a lot of young guys here. I think we're going to pull the trigger on him, though. I like what he's got. He's young. He's on a 3-year rookie deal still. Played at Auburn, so I know him very well due to being a UK fan. This kid's defense is incredible, though, for being 6'6", and he can shoot the ball. I think we take a flyer on him, bench or starter, either way, you know. They grabbed a young guy, too, so let's keep moving here. We have, let's see. So we got a guard, 2 guards. We want to play him there, and a third. So we need to try to go get a big guy, even if we have to take a flyer on an older veteran. But honestly, I think maybe Nerlens Noel. He's on a good deal too, right? Oh, no, not really. So let's. We might not be able to pull the trigger on one of them yet. I think Eubanks is going to be pretty good to take with his age. There's a guy I'd really love to have. Taco Fall, if he's still there. I'm huge on him. I know his overall is horrible, but it's just fun to play with. You know, it's 7. What is he? 7'3", 7'4" guy. He's not even on here, so I guess you don't have to worry about me pulling the trigger on that. But let's go all positions. Let's see if there's some young guys out there right now that I don't want to miss out on. Overall, let's see. 73s. Bol. Oh, man. We'll be coming back to get Bol. That's a promise. All right, I don't think we're really missing out on much. I do love Garza. We'll probably get him too. I'm going to pull some homer picks here. I like Garza. Bol would be really fun. I think there's 13 rounds, so we're doing all right. So we're either going to pull the trigger on a guy like McGee, who's older, but I know he can just rebound crazy. So A+ rebound. Or do we just go ahead and take a young guy like Eubanks and just hope he can help us stretch the floor? So we really have to decide, do we want to stretch the floor with the big, or do we want a guy who can just get in there and rebound and let these guys just shoot the lights out? McGee on a 5-year deal, 1-year deal, take a flyer on him. I think that's going to be the option. We'll have McGee, and then Eubanks is just 1 point lower, though. It's hard to decide. I think he's going to be a worse player, but he has that $1 million deal. I'm going to take McGee, and we're going to go. I guess we're going to change our idea here of what we're going to do. We're going to get some older guys to mentor, and we're going to have young guys behind them because we have McGee on the $5 million deal. We're going to have Melo on a cheap deal. I think we just grab McGee because once again he's going to be fun. I think he'd be fun to watch, and then we start grabbing some young guys to put behind them. So let's go down here. Let's grab Bol, 21 years old. My Pistons almost pulled this one out. So we're going to grab Bol, but I'm going to grab Garza first. This guy's going to be a stud. So we have plenty of rounds left, plenty more picks we can make. Let's try to grab Bol. I think that's going to be one more pretty fun guy. I think everybody loves to see a 7'2" guy running around who can shoot the ball. So let's grab Bol. All right, now let's start looking at some younger guys who can help us out. So right now we got John Wall, who's going to be older. That's fine. That'll be our one big money guy. Buddy Hield, he'll be around for a couple years. Melo's on that 1-year deal, which is fine. Thibault, one of the best defenders in the league, cheap. We got Okeke, cheap guy, young guy. And we'll have McGee, who's on that final year of his deal, $5 million. And then we'll have two not rookies, but young guys. Garza's a rookie on that cheap contract. Bol is on kind of a, make your money kind of deal. So if he plays outstanding, we keep him. If not, $2 million. What do we lose for a bench guy? So let's keep moving here. Let's see what we got left. We have bigs. We pretty much have everything we need for our core team now. I think now we just come in, we find some guys that we like and who would be fun to play with. Kevin Huerter would be really fun. I think his deal gets crazy, though. Yeah. See, this is a thing do we want to pay him? Yes, he's 23 years old, but do we want to keep him until 2025? And right now, I think he'd be a bench guy. I don't even know if he would be a starter. Yeah, he's got some good badges, but he can shoot pretty well. I just don't know if he is a guy that we want to go ahead and dump a long-term contract into. I love him as a player in real life, but if we're trying to build something here, we're going to need to have that money free. Rondo, my favorite player in the league, we might have to come back to that. Rondo off the bench, because right now we don't have a backup point guard. So let's go do that, actually. Now that I said that, let's go to point guards. Let's see if we can find a younger guy to come off the bench. And if we can't, we're going to come back. We're going to grab Rondo. Dennis Smith's a guy who I think has not gotten enough shots. The things he did in Dallas were incredible. That's another guy who's on a make-it deal. If he goes off, then cool, he's 23 years old. We get him cheap. If not, it's $1.6 million. What's that for an NBA team? Nothing. But we also have a guy like Trey Jones. Frank Ntilikina is still there. He's a great defender. There are some guys in here that could be given a chance to be somebody. And I think the guy I'm going to give a chance to is Dennis Smith. We've all seen the way that he gets to the rim, the way he can attack. He's got 9 badges. Let's take a shot on Dennis Smith coming off the bench. He can help us out. Quentin Grimes. And to be determined on that next one. So let's keep looking. Some more young guys. Derek Jones just sitting there staring me right in the face. I just don't think that Derek Jones is worth it. And they're really going to make me pull the trigger on Kevin Herter to come off the bench and shoot the ball. Oh, man. Let's just keep looking. Derek Jones would be a really fun guy. But his contract's not great for a guy that I don't really keep. Yes, it's a 1 year, but I just don't think he's worth that. So let's keep moving down. Some younger guys down here. See what we can find. I think we're really, honestly, probably going to pull the trigger. He was really good in college. Another Auburn guy. I think we can go after another young point guard. Ooh, man, it's tough. I want to get everybody. I want to get all the guys. I don't want to miss out on anybody. Theo would be pretty good. I mean, he's young. Sharif Cooper's really young. I don't understand how he's still down here. So Trey is good. Isaac Bonga, he's been in the league forever, I feel like. Somehow he's still that young. That's crazy. I think we're going to have to just pull the trigger on Kevin Herter and go with it. We can trade him. I know the contract isn't great, but the first year is only $4 million. So if we're not liking what we're seeing out of him, I think we can ship him out because honestly, I mean, $14 million for a shooter still isn't terrible. So let's pull the trigger on him. He could be a bench prospect for us. He's still young. And let's just keep... Drew Eubanks is still there. He might be one. But I kind of want to just keep taking these really young guys. It's like Trey Jones is sitting here. Was he 1 year in the league right now? Yeah, it's a second year out of Duke. Wiggins' brother's there. Moses is huge. As a Buki's still there. He was the man at Kansas. Dean Wade's a good shooter. We're going to have to, let's see. We're going to have to maybe pull the trigger on Derek Jones. The only problem with him is all he can really do is, get to the rim and dunk the ball. I'm not sure if it's really worth it. I'm not going to touch Grayson Allen. I don't know. Everybody has their own opinion on that guy. So I think we pull the trigger on Derek Jones. There's a couple young guys down here. Not Derek Jones, sorry, Trey Jones. And we'll have another guy who can learn. He's on a rookie deal. Let's just keep him coming. Kind of stinks that I missed out on Brandon. Blake Griffin got drafted. Wow. Okay, so once again, let's take a look at our guys. We got a couple big guys. We got a couple point guards. Now we're down here with guys who probably aren't going to play much. But I think we need to get some more wings. Unless, he could play the 3, get more wings, or we go after a guy who's got a couple badges who can teach and mentor the other guys. Someone like Joe Ingles, he's on the last year of his deal. He could come in with those 15 badges. He can help a guy like Buddy. And if we do need him to play, he can shoot the 3 ball. Same with Royce O'Neal. And Royce O'Neal's kind of young, actually. He could play great defense. Royce O'Neal might be a sneaky pick here. Way down here. 28 years old. Plays great defense. Can stretch the floor. He's got 11 badges to help these younger guys out. Let's pull the trigger on Royce O'Neal. All right. Now, we got to grab some guys that we really love here because I think there's 13 rounds. This might be our last pick, actually. So if we're looking young, we got Theo there. This is going to be a G League guy, most likely. So we need to go through. We need to look and make sure there's nobody we really, really like who we're missing here. And I don't think there is. Maybe we go with potential here. Lance Stevens still there. I don't really want him, especially because the game didn't give him any badges, so he doesn't really help me much. If we're going potential, I think we can grab Theo, G League him, or we grab a guy like Aaron Wiggins and G League him. Theo's 2 years younger than him. I think we go with him, and we'll just pull the trigger on him. And like if it doesn't work out for us, 3-year deal, he gets cheaper as he goes on. So let's pull the trigger on him. Might be our last pick. I lied to you. We got one more after this. All right, so let's look through here. And Maxi Kleber would be pretty fun. It's our last pick. Tyler Cook was pretty good. Moses Brown. Neil Akina's another guy. I just don't really want guys we aren't ever going to be able to use. And I don't think we'll ever be able to use him. So I'm not sure. Oh, Nebraska. Okay, I don't. So let's go. We're either going to go Moses Brown, 7-2 guy, 2 years on a team deal, team option. We either take Moses, who's 22, or we pull the trigger on Derek Jones, who's been staring at us this whole time. I really don't think this is a good pick. Plus, he can get to the rim, though, and he can attack the rim. What's his three-point shooting up to these days? Man, almost an 83. Okay, I think we pull the trigger on him, or do we pull the trigger? The problem with Moses is I don't think Moses can play in the G League because he's been around for 2 years. Well, 2 years. I think maybe he could. You know what? I think we just go with the more proven guy. Can't believe my last pick's my toughest pick. Let's go with Derek Jones. And let's see who the last pick is. Okay, so it is us, Derek Jones. Went with that. So let's go ahead. And yes, I want to exit the draft. We'll load in a draft class. Maybe, if it'll let us. I always use OES Entertainment, if anybody wants to know. We'll go with the 22 one, and hopefully we're not very good, so we can get one of those guys. So let's go ahead and look at our roster, and then we'll go look at the Seattle Supersonics roster. So point guard, we have John Wall, who I think could help us out, and then we got 3 really young guys. I think it really depends. It's going to be a battle for these guys. To start off, I think Dennis Smith is going to be that backup because he's more proven. I don't want to say he's proven. And then we'll take a look at these guys so they can play defense. I think Theo's going to go to the G League just because his defense isn't as good as theirs. But let's move to shooting guard. Right now, our only shooting guard is Kevin Huerter, but that's not going to be true because I think Buddy Hield's going to play the 2, honestly. And then we'll have or Thibault can play the 2. Probably Thibault. That way he can lock down the best shooters at 2 guard. So we'll have Huerter being a backup. And then all these power forwards. So Melo's going to go to the 3. Melo will probably be Buddy Hield's backup, or he'll start over him. He probably start over him. Derek Jones isn't going to start. We're probably going to go down here, and we're probably going to maybe start Okiki, just because he's young, and I want to see what he can do, and his defense is great. So we'll probably start Okiki, and we'll have O'Neal as his backup, or vice versa. We'll see how that plays out. Their defense is about the same. And O'Neal's a better shooter. So we'll look at that. Depends on if we want to go with the younger guy or not. But Melo will be moved to the 3, and he'll either start or be the backup. So we'll see that. We got plenty of guys. And our bigs are going to be McGee and Garza, and probably move Bol to center. He's not going to play much. He may go G League, honestly. But we'll have a look at that. That's our team. So let's go to the Supersonics. And they took the other Jones. We got his brother Trey. So they're going to have Tyus and Rubio. So they went with a more of a they want to win now, I guess. They went with the best guys available pretty much. Beasley, Grayson Allen, Technical Allen. Quentin Grimes, really good. Jeremy Lamb, proven guy. And I got Brandon Boston, who I kept looking at. He's 19. I probably should have pulled the trigger. Draymond for some defense. PJ Washington. So he was up there. I thought about taking him with our first or second pick, but I'm a Kentucky guy, and I knew that I would favor him, so I kind of just wanted to look away from that and not do the let my heart get involved. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I will. There's 82 game season. I'm not going to play every game. I may do every other game or every home game or maybe every couple, especially for the first year. I think it'd be more fun to get to the off season and to draft a young guy. So I'm going to think about it. I may play a couple games just to debut the teams, things like that. And then I may just simulate it all the way through episode 2 or 3, something like that maybe. And then we can get in the offseason, get some rookies, see how these guys do through the simulation, and move on from there. So thanks for watching, and I'll have the next episode and debuting our team coming up right after this one.